Namaste students. Welcome to YouTube channel of RSV Group of Schools. I'm Chitralekha from Swami RN Senior Secondary School. Today I will teach you chapter number 1 of history of class 7th, and our topic is tracing the changes through 1,000 years. In 6th class we have read about the ancient period, and in this class we'll read about medieval period, and we also see what changes occurred during this period. Okay, let's start with the introduction. A map of the Indian subcontinent made by a famous Arab geographer Al-Idrisi in 1154 shows South India in the north and Sri Lanka at the top. A famous Arab geographer Al-Idrisi made a map of Indian subcontinent in 1154, and in that map he shows the South India and the Sri Lanka at the top in the north side. But another map of the same area made by a French cartographer, a person cartographer, what does the word cartographer means? Cartographer is a person who makes map. So a French cartographer in 1720 is quite different from what Al-Idrisi made. But in 1720s, a French cartographer who made a map of Indian subcontinent, it was quite different from what Al-Idrisi made. Historians have to be very careful when they use old things to study history, because the methods of making maps and text differ from time to time, and not everything written in the past was correct. So the historians have to be very careful about when they study the history, because if they are using the old things or they are using the old text, so they have to be very careful, because the method of making maps and texts differ from time to time. Okay, see this picture. In this picture, there is a map made by Al-Idrisi and a map made by French cartographer. See the difference between two maps. In Al-Idrisi's map, Sri Lanka is shown on the top, and in French cartographer's map, the Sri Lanka is at the bottom. Okay, new and old terminologies. Historical records, languages, and the meaning of word change with the time. In the Mughal era, Hindustan was the most common term for India. The terms and meanings of the words have changed during the time. In the Mughal era, the India was called as Hindustan. In the 13th century, the term Hindustan was used by the Persian and Mughals to mean the area around the Indus River Valley in northwest India, that is Punjab, Haryana, and the land between the Ganga and the Yamuna rivers, but not South India. In 13th century, Persians and Mughals, they are using this term, the term Hindustan, for the India, for the part of India like Punjab, Haryana, and the lands between the Ganga and Yamuna, but they are not including the South India in that. Babar also used the term Hindustan to explain the geographies and cultures of the subcontinent in the early 16th century, and what was similar to the way Amir Khusro, a famous poet, did it in the 14th century. In 14th century, the term Hindustan was used by Amir Khusro, and in 16th century, this term was used by Babar. Historians have to check the meaning of the terms and words they use as they change from time to time. Historians who use the old text to study the history, so they have to check the meanings of the terms and words, because they have changed from time to time. For example, today we use the term foreigner to mean someone who is not an Indian, but in the medieval period it meant any stranger who was not a part of a society or culture. In modern period, we are using foreigner words for the people who came outside from from our country, and but in medieval period, this any stranger who came from another village is known as foreigner, or was known as foreigner. Historians and their sources. Historians rally upon old coins, inscriptions, architecture, and textual record for information for their studies. If the historians wanted to study, so they depended upon old coins, inscriptions, architectures, and textual records. In the medieval period, gradually paper became widely available and cheap. People started using it to write holy text, chronicles of rulers, letters, and teaching of sense petitions, and judicial records, and for registers of accounts and taxes. In the medieval period, paper became widely available and cheaper. So people started using it, writing holy text and the accounts and taxes, judicial records. Okay, manuscripts provide a lot of information to historians. However, they are difficult to use as they were handwritten. Manuscripts, they provide a lot of information about the history, but they are difficult to use because they were handwritten. To know what the author had actually written, historians have to read different manuscript versions of the same text. And manuscripts, they are not easily available, and they for the common people. So the author, so if the historians wanted to write down anything about the history, so they have to read different manuscript versions of the same text, or different copies of the manuscript. Who copied out these manuscripts? The people, the person who copied out the manuscripts was known as scribes, or is known as scribe. See, this is the painting of a scribe making copy of a manuscript. Scribe is a person who makes a copy of a manuscript. New social and political groups. New social and political groups that came during this period. We'll discuss about that. The 1,000 years between 700 to 1750 was a period of a large scale economic, political, social, and cultural changes. So many changes occurred during this period: economic, political, social, and cultural. There were many developments in technologies. Technologies also came up during this time. For example, the Persian wheel for irrigation, the spinning wheel for weaving, and powerful firearms for big fights were invented in that period. Persian wheel was invented during this period. Spinning wheel for weaving. Uh, the people started using Persian wheel in irrigation. People who traveled in search of opportunities not only brought a new ideas but also new foods and beverages with them. People who traveled to other part of the country or to the other part of the world, they not only got the opportunity to brought new ideas, but also new foods and beverages. Beverages here means tea and coffee. This is a picture of Persian wheel. See, it was used in irrigation. Many Rajputs became famous in India before the rise of Mughal Empire. Before the rise of Mughal Empire, who became famous in India? That they are Rajputs. Initially, the term only included son of rulers. Firstly, the term Rajput was used uh, for the person who was a son of ruler, but later it also included soldiers and commanders. Later it also includes soldiers and commanders who fought wars. Marathas, Sikhs, Jats, Ahoms, and Kayaks also become important in the Indian subcontinent in that period. They all included in Kshatriyas. Many forests were cleared to make land for agriculture. Uh, the people started doing agricultural activities, so they started clearing out the forest and for doing agriculture. Peasants became an important part of the society. They became an important part of the society because they provide agricultural products to the people. And from agriculture, some other occupations also occurred, like trade started after the agriculture, and started receiving help from the rulers if they paid taxes. If the peasant paid taxes to the rulers, then the rulers provided them their help. Different groups of jatis or subcaste came into existence on the basis of occupation. On the basis of occupation, some jatis came up during this period, and rules and regulations made by the jati panchayat were enforced by an assembly of elder people. And these jatis elected jati panchayat, and this jati panchayat made rules and regulations for the jatis and for the villages. And these jati panchayats were ruled by an assembly of elder people. Regions and empires. The Cholas and the Mughals controlled many parts of India from Bengal to Afghanistan, and historians are still trying to find the reason why rulers kept claiming to have control over other regions. Some new regions and empires came up during this time. In the Cholas and the Mughals, they controlled many part of India, and the historians are still trying to find why the rulers claimed to have control over other regions. The Chola, Khilji, Tughlaqs, and Mughals dynasties built big empires known as pan regions. However, all those empires were not equally stable and often fought with each other. Cholas, Khiljis, Tughlaqs, and Mughals, they made big empires, and they divided their empire into small parts, that is known as pan regions. They are under the control of these emperors. These emperors are not all these empires are not equally stable, they are not equally powerful, but still they were fighting with each other. Mughal empire declined and the British Raj became more powerful in India in the 18th century. In 18th century, Mughal empire declined and the British Raj came into in India. Mughal Empire declined and the British Raj became more powerful in India in the 18th century. With the decline of the Mughal Empire, many small rulers and kingdoms came up across India, but almost all of them continued to be influenced and affected by the major changes happening across the Indian subcontinent. With the decline of Mughal Empire, many small rulers and kingdoms came into India, but they continue to be influenced and affected by the major changes that occurred during that time in the Indian subcontinent. The idea of an individual's bhakti, bhakti means direct worship of a personal deity without the need for priest, also became popular during this time. Idea of bhakti became popular. In bhakti, there is no need for priest to do the uh, to do worship of deity. New religions like Islam entered the Indian subcontinent through foreign merchants and migrants. Many powerful rulers such as Akbar and Aurangzeb were great followers of Islam. Now, new religion came into in India known as Islam. It is brought by the foreign merchants and migrants to India. And Akbar and Aurangzeb, they were the great followers of Islam. Uh, if we classified the Islam into two groups, that is Shia and Sunni. So Sunni are the peoples who were the followers of Khalifas, and Shias are the followers of Prophet's son-in-law Ali. Quran is the holy book of Islam and it asks all Muslims to believe in one God, Allah. There are two main faiths in Islam, the Shia and the Sunni. I have already explained the Shia and the Sunni. Quran is the holy book of Islam and it says that there is only one God and we have to follow him only. Thinking about time and historical periods. Time is not simply the passing of hours, days, or years, but it is the reflection of changes that happen everywhere all the time. Time is not simply hours, days, or years, but it also reflects the changes that affect everywhere all the time. But we can study time in an easier way by dividing it into periods or eras. If you want to study history easily, then the easier way is to divide the history into different periods. A British historian divided the Indian history into three periods. British historians to read the study or to study the history of India divided the Indian history into three periods, that is Hindu, Muslim, and British. This period was divided according to the rulers. But no one follows that classification today because it is considered very narrow. But today, no historians are using this type of period because it is considered very narrow. Instead, the period between 700 and 1750 is called the medieval period, meaning it was the time between the old and the modern period. It was the time between the old and the modern period. It is the time when the old periods end up and new period came into being, that is modern period. During the medieval period, India became very rich and powerful and attracted even more merchants and governments from around the world, especially Europe. During the medieval period, attracted, India became very rich and powerful. India became so many changes came into India, and India became very powerful and rich at that time. So India attracted many more merchants and governments from around the world, especially the Europeans. Europeans were attracted towards India due to its richness and powerfulness. Okay, this much is from your chapter 1 history. Thank you.